Hello, hello, and welcome to Chatting with C. How are you guys? I hope everybody's having a great and awesome week. I hope your weekend has been pretty good as well. Um, New week, new video, right? My word of the year is consistency, so I am trying to be very consistent with my videos. And making sure that I only do videos that the universe tells me I'm supposed to do when the universe tells me. So, yeah, I am doing my video this week. So I am super excited to be here, but you already know that. The word of the day, I am feeling peaceful, oddly. I'm feeling really at peace with my life, with a lot of things that I have going on. I am feeling very much like I'm right where I'm supposed to be, and that I am receiving the messages and the signals and the things that I'm supposed to receive. They're coming and they're very clear. I understand them very clearly. So I feel very much at peace with what's going on and what is to come for me in 2022. So that's where I'm at today. So today's topic is a good one. You guys always have really good questions. So I love your questions because they really help me think. And it's like, oh my God, I've been through that. Oh, I know about that one. It's another good one. And I think it's really good, really because of the videos that we've done, almost kind of lead to this question. So it's kind of interesting that this question was asked. And now we're actually at a place to actually do this video because I feel like with the boundaries video, the new you, or happy you year, this being your you year, and you really doing what you feel like you need to do this year to bring yourself peace and success, and to be in alignment with your purpose and where you're going. I feel like this is a really good topic because it's going to happen, and it happens all the time. And so how should you deal with it? Okay. So let me go ahead and put it out here what it is. It says, how do you know when someone is sorry or should be forgiven? Should you let them back into your life? Whoa, right? Like, whew. That happens to everybody. Everybody has somebody or people who they have fallen off with, relationships that have ended, co-workers, whatever, right, that have broken, right? People have separated, gone their different ways. And somewhere in there, someone decides that they want to come back. What? No, absolutely. Especially if you the energy, they want that, right? They're missing that. But should you let them come back? Are they really truly sorry? And I don't know I don't believe that there are just set rules, right? Of course I don't, because I go against pretty much everything. So I don't believe that there's just a set of rules or a set of criteria that a person must meet in order for you to know that they are really sorry. And if they don't meet that, if you can't go down the list and they meet it, then they're not. I don't believe that it's a one all and be done kind of situation. I do think it's important across the board that when people apologize, that they have actually taken some accountability, like that they're really aware of what they have done to you, the hurt or the discomfort or whatever it was that they have caused you. They're aware of it and they're acknowledging it, like honestly acknowledging like what they've done and apologizing for it, right? I feel like, oh, I'm sorry that you felt that way. It's I can't stand when people say that. You're sorry that I felt that way? That doesn't make sense. So you don't want it to seem as though, let me see, I lost my train of thought, honestly, in that statement. I don't think I'm supposed to say it then. but people have to really acknowledge it, right? They have to really know what they're apologizing for and why they're really apologizing. Like, the point of me apologizing to you and is really because I would like to fix our situation, right? I would like for things to be better. I have now realized and understand what I've done, where I was at, and the value that you bring to my life, I would like to have that back. And so in that, I have to admit my wrongs, right? That would be the point of apologizing. And then there's changed behavior. Now, that piece to me also goes across the board. The behavior has to change. You can't apologize to somebody for doing something and then continue to do the same thing. That's not quite how that works. And if your apology is not with the intent to fix and build and create that friendship or that relationship, then really there's no point in apologizing. Like, you're not apologizing for the other person. You're apologizing to make yourself feel good. And really, you don't need to apologize to somebody else to make yourself feel good. You can legitimately send a letter, write a letter, and burn it in your backyard, apologizing to somebody and moving on. The same way that I don't actually have to hear "I'm sorry" from people for me to forgive. I don't personally. I will not deal with you again, but I'm not sitting around holding a grudge. I'm not sitting around thinking about it. I'm not sitting around being miserable or wishing bad on you because we fell out and you didn't apologize. Like, I don't care. If you don't care enough to acknowledge, to become aware, to apologize, to try to fix it, then I really don't care and I'm going to move on. Now, that's just me. And I guess people call me a little cold-hearted. I don't feel like it's cold-hearted. I think you spend too much energy when you're waiting for someone to meet your expectation and they don't. And now you are left with such disappointment, right? Because this person did not do it the way you wanted it done. And so now you're spending your wheels thinking about this situation, that person. You're taking away precious energy and time that can be committed to something else. So I guess for me, when I say, like, I don't need you to apologize for me to forgive and move on, I just do. A lot of times I'm like, that really didn't have nothing to do with me. That's where they are in life. Or I'm very clear on the fact that I haven't done anything to deserve that kind of treatment. And so they have to deal with whatever it is that they're going through, right? Like, this has nothing to do with me. That's the place that they're in right now. That's the space that they're in. And until they get out of that space, until they really deal with whatever it is they're dealing with, they're going to lash out at people closest to them or the people that they feel like are evolving or getting to the next level that they would like to be on, that they're not able to get on. Those are the people lash out on. And it's because I'm trying to get there, but you're doing the work to really get yourself to a new place. And so when you do talk to me or you do say things, people feel like you're judging them or they feel like you think you're better. And it's like, no, I've really just gotten to a new place. They're not able to get there. And so they are lashing out on you. That don't have nothing to do with me, again, until they take the time to figure out, become aware of what's going on, acknowledge it, decide to do something different, accept it, and then take action to change it. There's nothing that really can be done for me on my end. So I think when somebody apologizes, for me, I need to think about, why are they really apologizing? Like, are they really sincerely wanting to fix the relationship and really create that space again? Are they really willing to put in the work? Because to me, if we have to go to an apology phase and it was to the point where we broke, it was done, separated and all that, didn't talk to you for months kind of situation, and now we're trying to get it back. For me, the relationship, even if you apologize or I apologize to you, it's not going to be the same. And that is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just, it's not going to be the same. And so is this person going to be able, for me, are they going to be able to understand that the relationship is not going to be the same? It's going to be different. moving forward. That's not a bad thing. It doesn't mean that, oh, now I put you in this box kind of situation. It just means that what we had before, maybe it's different because now I've changed. It's been 6 months since I've talked to you. It's probably been 6 months. In that 6 months, you've probably changed and done some things different. And so the friendship may be different now. The relationship may be different, and that's okay. But is this person going to be able to accept that? Are they going to respect my boundaries as far as accepting them back into my life? I don't believe that you have to just accept somebody back into your life because they apologize and now they're just back in. They have the same amount of access to you. They, everything's just right back on and we're just floating along. I don't feel like that is always the best, especially if the break was something that really truly hurt you, that you really had to take the time to heal from or heal through and work through that person, the hurt, the pain that that person caused in your life. I think there's boundaries, right? Okay, cool. You're apologizing. Awesome. We can maybe talk here or there. It's not going to be an everyday thing. And I think they need to respect that, right? The whatever boundary that you put, they need to be able to respect that. If they're not respecting the boundaries that you have in place now, I don't feel like it's maybe worth them coming back into your life. Sometimes people apologize and want to come back because they haven't talked to you in 6 months or a year. They're noticing the things that you're doing, that you're taking off or you're whatever it is, people are hearing about you, whatever, and they feel like, oh my gosh, I better get back in before this person takes off so that I can be there. It sounds like nobody really does that. People really do that. People really do. And so is that why they're apologizing? I feel like I personally have to ask myself those questions before I let anybody back in. And it's not that I don't forgive you. It's just sometimes allowing people back in can undo all of the work that you've done. It can set you back. It can make you need to redo lessons that you thought you had already passed. And that's okay sometimes. However, if me letting you back into my life causes disruption, my peace is disturbed, I'm not comfortable anymore, I'm not, my confidence is shaky now, the answer is no. If that's the energy that comes with letting people back into your space, I appreciate the apology. I understand that you're sorry, but the boat has sailed, or, this is just not what I want anymore. I feel like that's totally fine as well. If you were doing really good and you were hitting your goals, you had changed your habits, your patterns, whatever, and things were going really good for you, and you let somebody come back into your life, and now all of a sudden you're back doing the negative habits, you're back on the patterns, you're not getting the stuff done, everything is stalling out, you're not hitting the goals anymore, you just kind of like hanging back with this person, and now what you were doing focused on is now like a second thought. That's bad. It's bad. That's toxic. You should not let them come back. No. Are they really changed? And it's not so much are they this totally new person, but do they really understand and grasp the concept of what they did, and are they really in a place of changing their behaviors, their patterns, to be better people in general, not just to be a better person towards me, but in general. If you can't see that in a person, if you're dealing with somebody and you let them back and they go right back into the regular same patterns and habits, no, they haven't really changed. They really don't understand. They just say it enough to get back in your graces. They're just doing enough to be able to come back in your life, but they still don't have no intention of no real plan of actually doing something and adding value to your world. Do not let them people back. I was dating a guy one time years ago, and the relationship was a very toxic relationship. It was very toxic. And when I ended things with him, I separated myself from him completely, and anybody surrounding him that I was associated with, hung out with, was friends with, I basically separated from everybody to get away from the relationship with this person. And I did that. I did the healing. I did the work. I was, really trying to figure out, like, who was I? What was I doing? I had really gone down this rabbit hole place with this person in this relationship. And the more I tried to climb out and up, the deeper I became all the time. Like, this person was always doing something that every time I got up here, they would push me back down. So when I got away from them, I really started, working on me. I really started trying to become this better person because I didn't like who I was when I was with that person. I didn't like who I was with my family and my friends when I was with that person. Like, I had always been a particular way, and now I didn't even know who I was. And so I had moved on. It was maybe about 8 months, and I saw this person again. And I'm the type of person that I'm pretty cool. Like, I forgive people and I go on. I'll see you out and still speak. I mean, like, unless you really, really, like, it's to that point with me, then I really don't have people that I really do not speak to if I see you. Like, I will speak. Now, we may not sit down and have a whole conversation. We're not about to take pictures or nothing, but I'm not above saying, hello, how are you? All right, you're looking good. I'm not above that, even if you did do something to me. So I seen this guy, and, it was, you kind of go back, right? Oh my goodness, kind of remembering all the fun and the good times you had with this person, right? For a hot split second. So I ended up hanging out with him, and immediately, the day that we hung out, he started being aggressive again, and his words and everything that I had left for, he immediately was doing, like, picked right back up. And it was in that moment that I knew, oh no, I have worked way too hard to become this person. I've worked way too hard for the things that I have and where I'm at in life to allow you to come back and to tear me down like that. And I immediately cut off the hanging out. I mean, it probably was maybe 15 minutes of us seeing each other, and I immediately was like, nope, this is a wrap for me. And I've never talked to that guy since. And that was years ago. Maybe 7-8 years ago. Maybe even longer than that. But for me, and he was apologizing and sorry and felt like, he had changed and he wanted to do different things and we could try again. And I was kind of listening and kind of like, but as soon as he started with the same exact behaviors, I knew then that it was a no for me. Even if he felt like he had changed, even if he felt like whatever, I knew it wasn't for me. And so when you're dealing with people who want to come back into your life, it's very important that you know why you're letting them come back. And also, it's going to be important to recognize that if they're not treating you right, if they are stepping over boundaries, if they are disrespecting you, if it's going back to the reasons why it didn't work in the first place or what hurt you originally, you also have to be in a place to say, hey, this is a wrap. This is a no-go. I don't care that I let you back in. I'm letting you back out, right? You have to be able to do that as well. And it's okay if you feel like you let somebody back in and they've disappointed you again. It's okay. It happens. It's fine. But go on and let them go and understand that these are people who don't belong with you. Sometimes we can't get where we're trying to go because of the people around us. And sometimes we get rid of people and the world starts opening up to us. Oh my gosh. Ooh, yes, we're doing it. We got stuff happening. Stuff's falling into place. And the minute you bring somebody back in, everything stops. But what happened? I was right there. What happened? Your circle again. And until you clear that circle out, you're going to be stuck again. Legit, if you really pay attention, sometimes you can see that, and you can see it in other people's lives too. Like, she was doing so good, and then she started hanging out with so and so again, and like, And no judgment, of course, but you can look at it in other people. You can see it in yourself too if you're really paying attention. So I don't know the how you know someone is really sorry besides the fact that they are genuinely aware, they are acknowledging it, they are accepting it, and they're taking action to do something different, to really show you that they want to be back and that they want to fix it. And even if people do all of that and you decide that, like, no, I don't want to be friends again, I don't want to be back in this relationship, I don't want to build on the relationship with my parents or family again anymore, that is your right, and you get to choose that, because ultimately the decisions that you are making are for you. And in the year of you, if it doesn't make sense for you, cut they ass out off and let the apology come. I accept it. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Be easy. Somebody already getting ready to start. You already know it ain't what you want. Let me stop you right there. Boop, boop. Let me stop you right there. Before you about to do all that? Not even necessary. We good. Catch you later. I mean, I don't feel like everybody should come back. And there are some people who you are going to fix it, right? There are some people who it wasn't that serious or it wasn't that deep. Now, if you're my friend and every time I get a boyfriend, you like trying to sleep with my boyfriend, and then we break up, me and you fall out every time, and then you come back and you so sorry and apologetic, and now I'm on boyfriend number 3, and here it is, you doing the same thing. Like, no, you're not coming back. This is not stuff that's just like minor, like, oh, that's just minor friend stuff, like miscommunication. Nah. That's a no. That's going to be a heavy on the no there. So understanding something minor that happened compared to something big that happened in a relationship or that was really important to you, that really added value with somebody that you really do see yourself in your future with, or having them a part of the plan with you, on the path of journey with you. If you don't see that, don't even bring them back at all. If their energy is off, if their frequency is off, it's a no. And that is okay. Like, let it be a no. It is okay to decide that the time that it's up, that the time has come and gone, the window has closed, and that it's just not going to work anymore. That's your right. That's your choice. And on the flip side of that is, you may be wanting to apologize to somebody else for something that you've done that caused them hurt and pain, and that you are aware of, and that you are acknowledging, and you are doing different actions, and they may decide no. And that's their right as well. And you need to accept that too. Don't keep pushing somebody right then and there. Allow people to come back. Allow people sometimes people apologize and it's like, okay, great. I'm not really dealing with that today, but I may call you in a week. Allow people the opportunity to really think about it, to really decide if they want to bring you back. It doesn't have to be a right then and there situation. It doesn't have to be a decision made right today because you're calling and you're sorry today. Okay, like, give a person an opportunity to really process it, to really think about it, to really make sure that I'm not making a decision based off emotions. I'm making a decision that logically makes sense for me, or that I really feel is going to be beneficial, or is going to, produce really good stuff for me. Allow that and take that time to do that before making a decision to let somebody back in your life. It's okay to forgive people and not have them come back into your life. Forgiving people is more so about you being able to move on than it is about letting them, making them feel better. Like I said, sometimes I have legitimately forgiven people who have never apologized to me, and they will never apologize to me because they sincerely believe they have done absolutely nothing fucking wrong to me ever in the history of us being in a relationship, a situation, a friendship. Like, they sincerely believe that. And I sincerely believe quite the contrary. They will never apologize. I have apologized for things that I have done, we've moved on and then it's always been an issue. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with understanding that we're just not in a place where we're going to connect. And that's totally fine. And there's several people who I will see and interact with. Other people see and interact and all of that. And like I said, I'm not above saying hello, but I'm not gonna sit and have a conversation with you. I'm not gonna like, oh yeah, let's link up and hang. Like that's a no for me. So hopefully, if you're dealing with that, you have dealt with that, or should that be happening because you are in the year of you and people are going to start to see you coming out and flourishing and getting yourself together, they're going to want to come back. They want to come back and they're going to try. And so hopefully this will help you to determine if they should be allowed back or not. And I will leave you with a quote from R.M. Drake. I hadn't even heard of this person before, but apparently he's like all over everything and he got some good stuff. So he said, it takes years to learn the difference between who to let go and who to be patient with. The same way it takes years to know what you deserve and what you don't. So hang in there. Growth and experience come with time. So thank you for watching and tuning in. I went way longer than I normally do, but thank you if you made it this far in the video. Please like and subscribe. Please share. Tell someone about it if you feel like my videos are relatable or would help somebody else on their journey to becoming great and while they are evolving. So have a great and awesome week, and I will see you guys next week.